Happy Tuesday. We brought up in today's email the subject of being more direct, being more assertive, so that you can have more of what you want in your life without the disruptions of conflict or stress. So, what exactly is being assertive? What does that mean? Sometimes people take that negatively. Being assertive can mean that maybe you're taking it a little too far. You're pressing in a direction that you don't have to. You don't have to be so assertive. You hear people say, just say it. The fact of the matter is that being direct and being assertive, ladies, is not a part of our forte. And so this is something that we really have to practice, that we really have to exercise to get good at. Being assertive means being direct about what you need, what you want, what you believe, or, the ways that you really see the world and your values. It is also being respectful of the values and perspectives of other people around you, but cognizant of the fact that by being direct and more assertive, you can actually lower the stress in your life. You can increase your confidence. You can improve relationships and communication skills. And this is all important to all of us in our family atmospheres, in the workplace, with anything that we're trying to achieve or anything that we're trying to build in our life. We're going to have people that we need to communicate with and people that we probably want to, read our minds, and they just can't do it. So as women, we've got to take on the role that we so much ask from other people, to communicate. In so many ways, we're great communicators, but in certain ways, especially when it comes to what we want in life or what makes us happy or the ways that we really feel, being direct and assertive is not something that we're super good at. So let's be direct and assertive and take on some of the tips that I promised you I'd give you today. Implement them into your life and see how things improve. See how your life becomes easier because people understand what you are communicating better, what you want, what you need. And in that case, they're going to give you that perimeter of space that you need or respect for your views and opinions. And relationships are definitely going to flourish from that because it won't be so much guesswork. It's frustrating when people have to guess what the heck you're thinking. And if you don't tell them what you're truly thinking, if you're prancing around it, dancing around it, hiding it, or not communicating it, then you can't expect other people to read your mind. So some of the 10 tips that I promised you today, maybe I promised you 9, I'm going to give you a bonus, is make the decision today to positively assert yourself. So commit to being assertive rather than passive or aggressive or even passive aggressive. Start practicing today a very consistent way of communicating yourself for, what you want and what you feel. The second tip is aim for open and honest communication. Do not prance around what you mean. Just say it. Just say it. Everybody has a right to their opinion. Everybody can, as long as you're not hurting anybody, give your perspective. And that means You can be direct in saying no. You can be direct in saying yes. You can be direct and assertive in saying what you want, what your goals are, what your life ambitions are, what lifestyle you prefer, the people you want to hang around with, what you're looking for, a more intellectual group or a very diverse group or a group that's interested and passionate more in one platform or industry or subject than another because you're passionate about it too. That's okay. Number 3 is listen actively. Don't just listen to people speak. Don't just listen to their voice. Actually hear what they're saying to you. You'll get a lot more response when you're direct and assertive if you're listening also to what they're trying to convey to you. So try to understand the other person's point of view. Always don't interrupt them. One opinion is not more important than another, and respecting that is going to get you a lot more results. And so if they're trying to explain what they are passionate about and they're being direct and everybody's at a different place in that skill set, being direct and assertive, listen to them and they'll listen better to you as well. Number 4, agree to disagree. Everybody doesn't have to believe in what you believe in, want what you want. Remember that having a different point of view and perspective is part of what makes this world so absolutely incredible. And having a separate perspective or point of view doesn't mean that any particular person is right or wrong. It just means that there's a different way of seeing things, and we all have a little different personalities. We all have our unique ways of doing things. So really agree to disagree, and everything doesn't need to be combative. You need to really pick what you're going to get sensitive about, because part of being direct and assertive means doing it in a way that is not combative. That's the best way to get the results that you're looking for. Stay calm is number 6, sorry. Breathe normal. Don't freak out when you start being direct and assertive. Just because you're direct and assertive doesn't mean that you're moving into a confrontation. It just means that you are communicating, and direct and assertive, being assertive is definitely a form of communication. Now, look a person in the eye. They're going to know that you care. They're going to know that you're serious. They're going to know that you are listening and you want to be listened to when you're looking at them in their eye. Whether you're listening to them or they're listening to you, keep your face relaxed. Speak in an even and calm and normal voice so that when you're being direct and assertive, that everybody doesn't shut down their listening skills with you. Because when people feel attacked or when people feel like they are not being listened to, they're going to shut down, and it's going to be a one-way street, and you're going to feel like being direct and assertive doesn't get you the results that you want. And as women, we want everybody to be happy. We want everybody to feel good and everybody to play nice in the sandbox together. The fact of the matter is that is not realistic, ladies. It's not. So stop feeling like you have to make sure everything's okay with everybody. Sometimes it's just better to be honest and be direct, and being direct and assertive is definitely part of just being honest. Take a problem-solving approach to conflict. So be willing to see the other person's side, the other person's perspective, whether they're a friend or somebody that you have a work relationship with, but maybe don't have that relationship with, or even if it is somebody that you feel is confrontational to you or a threat to you. These skills of being direct and assertive can apply to diffusing some situations that would otherwise escalate. So think about that and really take a deep breath and realize that no matter what, everything is going to be okay. It's simply an exchange of words, emotions, and opinions or perspectives that create communication. And through being more direct and assertive, you're truly going to have that circle of friends, those people around you that tend to be more in line with what you want anyway, because you're not pretending like you're somebody that you're not. So practice it. Practice being assertive. And this is going to sound silly, but practice it in front of a mirror with a friend. Pay attention to your body language. Pay attention to your words, your verbiage. It's super important to not threaten somebody. When you're being direct and assertive, you don't want to back them away. You want to have them listening to you. You want them to be open-minded. And this is important when you're opening up a conversation and being direct and assertive. You definitely want to be able to be heard. Use I. That's number 9. Use I a lot. Stick with the statements, including I in them, such as I think, okay, I feel. Do not use aggressive language like you did this, or you were supposed to, or if it weren't for you, or, just statements that would put them on guard. Aggressive language such as you always, you never shuts people down. So use I a lot. I understand how you feel because this is something that I have also experienced. I think that you're going to want to listen to this because my heart is in the right place and I want to communicate with you how I'm feeling. I feel like you're not listening. So, let's come to a place where we can understand each other a little bit better. What can I do to help you in this conversation? Things like that will open up additional conversations and help you in the communication that's so important with our relationships, our work relationships, our relationships with family, also self-confidence, and so many other things. Number 10, be patient. Things don't happen overnight. If you have been a very passive person and you've never been direct and assertive and you feel like maybe you should have, you've wanted to share your voice, but maybe you didn't feel like you were being listened to, or you were nervous that people wouldn't understand you, or you thought somebody was going to get mad at you because you think differently, you're not going to all of a sudden be great at a direct and assertive conversation. Practicing that kind of conversation is going to be really important. Now, you don't have to wait forever to become direct and assertive, but if you go from one extreme to the other, some people may construe it as me becoming more aggressive, and you want to keep yourself in a place of being basically neutral. You just want to share the information that is so important to you and doing it in a non-threatening way, but in a very exact way, then you're going to get the results that you're looking for. Being assertive is definitely a skill that needs practice. I want you to remember that you're going to sometimes do better than other times, maybe because emotions are high or there's a feeling of anxiousness because it's a new way of communicating for you, but you can always learn from your mistakes. What you don't want to do, ladies, is stay in the background. Your voice, your emotions, your ideas, your creativity, your love all need to be expressed in this world. And you have every right to be heard and to have your perspectives and opinions and likes and dislikes and values just as much as everyone else. Now, there's a saying, perception is reality. No, it's not. Perception is perception, but many people feel that what they see is always true. So when practicing being direct and assertive, please take the steps. You may feel a little silly at first, but you'll be glad you did it. To practice at home if this is not within your comfort zone. Practice with a very close friend. Practice with somebody in your family that's more direct and assertive that you admire. And then go out and feel confident in expressing yourself. And you will see results in your life that maybe you've been missing, because you deserve to live your best life. And doing that includes being able to share your perspectives and what is most important to you. You create your reality by your choices and your responses. You create your reality by the value you put on yourself. You create your reality by the way that you communicate, whether it be aggressively or passively or openly, or whether you are somebody that is an introvert or an extrovert. There doesn't have to be an extreme. You can ride that middle ground and feel a lot more satisfied with life by knowing that people are respecting you, listening to you, and, eventually maybe even wanting to know what you're going to say next, because people tend to listen to more direct and assertive people than they do somebody that is wishy-washy, doesn't really ever have an opinion, or doesn't care, or doesn't seem to care. Having a direct conversation and assertive conversation shows that you do know what you want. You do care, and it makes others more confident in the things that you say and the things that you do. Ladies, think about that. So there's your Tip Tuesday. Hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you for having me. I've enjoyed joining you today. Everybody, join up on our YouTube channel. There you can subscribe and you'll see a lot more videos just like today. And I hope you got a lot out of the notes that you took, and that we definitely got you thinking about how you can get more of what you want in this life by being direct and assertive. So whatever you do, join up with us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and DM us. We'd love to have the conversation with you behind in a more private way in regards to the topics you want to see us talk about and the things that you want to see us cover. And so in that regard, ladies, I hope that you have an amazing day, because you don't get it back. And I'll talk to you really soon. Take care.